just like that. So hi there and welcome to the upper room this time. Well, first thing I want to do is just give you a rundown of 8 years of owning a Blueridge BR-60. How it's going, do I still like the guitar, how does it sound, anything happen to it. And then once we've passed through that, I'm also going to do a little bit of a comparison between this, which is basically essentially sort of a high-end, middle of the road guitar, not middle of the road, what do you want to call it, mid-price range, high performance. So let's start first of all with just the guitar itself. Remember, it's the old Blueridge BR-60. I'll put a link to the video. Oh, is it that side? I don't remember. Somewhere. And you will see the original, the day that I actually took delivery of the guitar. The review that I did then. Sitka spruce atop, Rosewood bridge, fingerboard, neck of headstock veneer with some pretty inlays in it, and then Santos laminated rosewood back and sides with what I believe is a Sapele inner laminate. So I think about 4 years ago, the bridge started to lift. So I removed it following the instructions by all the good people on YouTube, removed it myself, cleared up all the old glue, cleaned off the footprint so that it fit exactly in the correct position, and then re-glued it, and it's been solid ever since. And I do believe that I actually noticed an improvement in the tone as well. So there it is. How is it? It's great. It's just a great guitar. Look, you know, it's basically a knockoff of a D28, it does a fine job for the price you pay compared to the real deal. It does a really fine job. In fact, the one thing that still surprises me is the fact that it's got laminate back and sides. It has got just so much power and presence. So I'm just going to play a few chords for you and you can get used to that sound again. Here we go. Yeah, there it is. So, lots of power, lots of punch, lots of dynamics. Really, I can play it soft. So it's definitely improved with age. It's opened up. Remember that this guitar also has scallop bracing. So actually, as far as tone and projection and the interior build of the guitar, it's closer to an HD28 than to a D28. So that is the BR-60. Now this is a Martin D35. It's a 2017 model that I bought from a Japanese dealer in absolute pristine condition. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this guitar. It was sold as a used instrument, but I even got to peel the plastic off the pick guard. It was new when it arrived. Nice and gently now. Dig it a little bit now. Now you can hear this one has a lot more mid-range presence. So it's really built for power and projection. If you compare that now to the D35, and mind you, remember that the Martin D28 will be the same, but it'll have a little bit bigger sound. So yeah, you get the warmth, you get the what do you want to call it? It's a more rounded, balanced tone coming out of the D35. Why? Well, let's go into that. First of all, the D35 was made at a time when Rosewood was becoming a problem to obtain, and they had a lot of smaller cuts, and they finally decided to go with a 3-piece back instead of a 2-piece back, which is the more traditional build, right? So that's the one thing. 3-piece solid rosewood back. Now the original D35s had Brazilian rosewood. Now we have East Indian rosewood. Still a very, very beautiful wood. It still offers great tone. And otherwise standard Martin features, except of course the D35 has no diamond volute on the back of the neck. It is a much nicer, to me, it's a much sexier neck. Even the view from the front, the neck, because of the lack of diamond volutes and that, the build is a little bit different where the fretboard transitions to the headstock. I find it nicer, I find it prettier, and all of that good stuff. Other thing you find is, of course, bound edged fingerboard, and then the binding around the top and around the sound hole otherwise is the same as the D28, but of course the D28 doesn't have a bound ebony fretboard. It has a standard ebony fretboard without binding. Ebony bridge, so there again the difference to the Blueridge is Blueridge has of course a rosewood bridge and fretboard, but this guy has got ebony bridge and fretboard. Then inside of the guitar, which of course I can't shove down there, but inside the guitar, the bracing of a D35 is different. The bracing is a 1/4 inch wide, so on. So the unique thing about the Martin D35 bracing is this narrower but taller bracing, and this taller bracing tends to change the voice of the guitar. It makes it more mellow and a smoother sounding instrument. So it's really made for a person who's going to play and accompany their voice. And this is the best application of the D35. Not to say that it's not a bad bluegrass instrument by any means, but it doesn't compete with the D28, which has that stronger pick attack and projection. Now the way that you can improve that pick attack and that mid-range hump, at the moment I've got bronze strings on here, but if you put on phosphor bronze strings, you're gonna push the mid-range a little bit and you'll get a little bit more aggressiveness and a bit more bite out of the D35. Whereas you'll find that the bronze strings or the phosphor bronze string on a D28 can sometimes overemphasize that mid-range sound. Many people like that. I'm not talking good or bad here. I'm just saying how you can get around the guitar's tone and enhance a feature that you, or you know, take the using the appropriate set of strings, take it into the range of operation that works best for you. Put it that way. Enough talk. Let's play some music, and I'll play you out with another old classic. I'll kind of disguise if I can. Let's see how it goes. for joining me in the upper room, and leave your comments below, like, subscribe, hate, whatever you want to do. It's a free world, and I'll see you around next time.